Hi everybody and welcome to ISE. My name's Tom Hall and I am live and direct from the biggest AV show in the world. And I'm here with my colleague.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Inoue, and I'm super excited to be here with our fabulous partners from Neat. So without further ado, please introduce yourselves.
Thanks, Rebecca and Tom, for having us. Graham Walsh from Neat. I'm the Director of Global Technical Sales for our alliances, and in my spare time, also Microsoft MVP and Office Apps and Services.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Chicco, Hiranandani. I'm the Alliances Manager for International, covering EMEA and APAC.
Gents, thanks so much for joining us. And so what brings you guys to ISE?
Beer.
We do all
We
love
have
beer.
something in common.
No, we do all love beer, but seriously, you guys, let's think about what's hot, what's going on in the world of Neat.
So we're a young company, I'd like to call ourselves, and we are constantly evolving the product with new features, innovations, and so this is the place to showcase all this at ISE. As you say, the biggest, largest trade show was at 8 halls here. So we're showing off a lot of our new innovations that we have on our booth and showcase the world what we can do at Microsoft Teams.
Brilliant.
That's fantastic, yes. So speaking of the booth and showcasing all your innovative products, what do you have in the booth? What are the highlights if somebody was to come over to the Neat booth?
So we actually did a run through this morning, and we've got some really nice showcases for customers. We have a Neat board running MTR together with our new Neat Center, our Center of Room solution. So customers can see how inclusive the experience is. So whether they're looking at the far end or talking to each other, the far end always gets to see them. We also have the new Neat board 50 running MTR as well. That's recently certified amongst our other devices. And it's our third year at ISE. So we're celebrating that. They're celebrating their 20th year anniversary. It's our third year in, and it's crazy how fast the booth has grown.
Wow.
From a shell to now a professional booth.
3 years in, 3 years at ISE, it's exciting stuff. And a little thing has happened in the last 3 years, AI, I think. So, and not to digress a little bit, but it's the talk of ISE, like what's happening with Copilot from our perspective, and how is Neat integrating AI into what you guys do?
So that's in our DNA from our product. We have some patented technology, so if you look at like Cloud and Teleframe from Microsoft, we've already been doing that in hardware in our devices. So again, and then we're going to blend that together with Teleframe to get the best of experience for everyone. So that's the first piece of AI. And the second piece is also being able to set virtual boundaries. So you block out certain areas of rooms or co-working spaces. And again, this is what our foundation of the company is on, is evolving what we can do with video, but also audio AI. And then that will then wrap into things like Copilot when you get meeting recap. What did the London room say? What did the Chicago room say? So whether you're on that MTR or you're on your laptop, again with Copilot and meeting recap or Teams Premium, all that will have that speaker attribution notes in there.
So it's a full kind of like integration between the hardware and the software side of things. So
Absolutely.
yeah, no, that's exciting.
And the best bit is there's nothing to upgrade. You get regular updates from your Teams client on the Teams rooms and software, so there's nothing else to deploy. It's all there ready, sort of future-proofed.
I think what also makes that very exciting and ease of use and future-proof is your Android story. So Android is very big in the marketplace today. We've seen it take off. It's got trajectory growth over the past 18 months. Why do you think that is? Like, what is that sort of secret sauce with Neat and Android?
I'll start, and so for us, it's easy use, easy deployment. We've focused a lot on the out-of-box experience. Giving it to your granny to go and set up and nearly get it working, most of the time.
Right.
She's good at setting up things.
Yeah, she's not bad. Calls me from FaceTime with the ear. But the out-of-box experience, that user experience, signing into Teams, getting your first call is meant to be super, super simple. So that's what people want to do, especially when you've got remote deployments. You may have a central office in New York, but then you've got satellite offices around the US, Europe. How do you get that at scale and at speed? And that's what Android brings us.
Yeah, and I think it also has to do with the fact that Microsoft has played a big role in bringing MTR on Android up to feature parity almost with MTR on Windows. I think that customers now realize that either option they take, they're going to get a great experience in the meeting room.
Okay.
So I think that's played a big role in that adoption story. But like what Graham mentioned, customers at the end of the day want to have a uniform experience. They want to scale fast because they've got a lot of rooms that they need to deploy with quickly. So I think it's all these ingredients that play well together.
Excellent. Do you think that there's a match, not just because of Android, but also in the design of the Neat products that really make it simple to deploy?
I think design is the key thing for us. I think
Right.
being Norwegian and Scandinavian, that sort of design, that's a big part of the product as well. And looking at it, I think, okay, yeah, I can pick this up and make it easy to use. And I think, as Chicco was saying, with the Android platform, simple, intuitive as well. There's less is more, sometimes we say. I've got all these boxes, all these cables, your bar and pad, or your all-in-one board, or
Right.
your frame for Teams display. Super simple.
Yes, fantastic.
I would say, like, when you think, we've touched on a bit of Copilot, we've touched on a bit of Android, but you guys are, 3 years in the making, but what have you seen in the transformation of the rooms and the customers and how people are approaching, hybrid work and all of that kind of stuff? What kind of trends are you seeing? How's that business transformed for you guys?
So one thing, previously, we're at an AV show. Lots of people come looking for these complex spaces, multi-purpose boardrooms, and what we're seeing now in this shift when people are returning to work, you're going to work to collaborate. Anyone can do a Teams call anywhere they are. So they're going to work to collaborate, where the all-in-one Neat board, for example, comes in, hot desking with Teams display, virtual front desks. So people are sort of scaling down their meeting rooms is what we're seeing, and getting more smaller spaces rather than 3 or 4 large spaces is what I think we're seeing.
I think what Graham touched on is very important. I think customers are starting to realize that you can do more with less.
Right.
Right, and it's a combination of 2 different things. It's the technology platform. You're starting to get these really cool experiences with very simple devices, but then you have AI added to that, which is taking it to the next level.
Right, which is really transforming also internally for organizations, right? And their IT groups, that they don't have to do this heavy lift anymore into the meeting spaces and have mounds of people running around to even help start a meeting. Especially with Neat, it is neat. It's clean, it's easy, and super simple to just start your meetings. So it's a fantastic job they've done, right?
I always remember quoting Seaman, which he was saying, it has to be embarrassingly simple.
That's one of our taglines, embarrassingly simple.
And what's the other thing as well about you guys are purple? What's the whole purple thing?
Oh, about creating purple rain.
Tell us about that one.
So that's our sort of brand color, is a purple. I can't remember the Pantone reference, but it's there somewhere. And it's just a fun thing we played on. It's creating purple rain and making it rain MTRs everywhere.
Neat, making it purple rain.
Fantastic.
Well, let's ask a question about product, because you're the product guy, right? Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
We've got the right guy. We've got the right guy. We've got the product guy. So Graham, Neat Board 50. What's the story with that? Like, what's the concept behind it? Because it's a different concept, isn't it?
Indeed. So our first product was the Neat Board, which is a 65-inch all-in-one display, nice shelf at the bottom so you can rest your laptop on when you present. And when our designers went back to it, they went, whenever they saw photos of people with offices, they saw like a coffee cup and that mess left on the table and went, that's not neat. It looks messy. How do we make that even better? And that's when we developed slightly smaller as well. We get a lot of people who say, I need bigger screens. But how do you get that through the lift, the elevator, up and down floors, etc.? And again, looking back we looked at flexible furniture design, and they call them dancing walls. How you can make, take the standard, square shape and make any sort of space office. And that's where the actual the thinking came behind the Neat Board 50 with the adaptive stand. Take a smaller device, make it more adaptable, flexible. And then we made this adaptable stand where you can lower if you're in a meeting, across the table, or if you walk up to it and start collaborating on Microsoft Whiteboard, it's at the right height.
Right.
So a lot of thinking went into it, and again, we made the adaptive stand for a wall mount. So if you want to fix it into a room, you can make it move up and down. So again, it's about being more agile, and we're developing that even further with something like our Neat Share technology, where you'll be able to bring multiple boards together and share wirelessly into your Teams meeting.
You guys are clever, aren't you?
Aren't
clever.
they?
Aren't they
I
clever?
know, they are.
And actually, I was at an off-site last week. We had a global product summit with our engineering, and they say it's hard to make things simple. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
That's true.
That's true,
And
right? Yes.
And
so with that, sorry, Chicco,
And I
go
just
ahead.
wanted to mention the interesting thing we had as an experience with the Neat Board 50 is inclusivity. We actually had a trade show where someone came in a wheelchair, and just by bringing the board down, that person could start using
I love
it.
that.
It was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fantastic. So with that, do you have any specific closing remarks around your Purple Rain and what's going to happen in the future in the next 6 to 12 months?
So as you mentioned, LeapBoard 50 certified. We mentioned that we have our new Neat Center. So again, expanding the use cases and how people are working hybrid.
Okay.
So having an additional camera in the room, additional microphones. So again, moving into that maybe a little larger space. And then some more exciting stuff coming later on this year that I can't talk about.
So
Nice.
just Center, but before we go,
Yes.
not everybody might know about Center. So because I've seen it in pictures hanging from the ceiling.
Yep.
So is that another new neat concept?
So the device has got a gyroscope in it. So if normally you'd place it on the table. But again, some people like clean table policies, you know, where you bring your sandwiches in, someone knocks it over. Well, why don't you hang it from the ceiling or you move the tables around? It's unobtrusive, out the way, and can be used in different use cases.
I like that.
Brilliant. Love it.
So neat.
Isn't it?
Simple. Sorry. We all knew I was going to do that joke.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
So I think, guys, any final thoughts for the audience or anything you want to say?
Come and see us if you're here at ISE.
What booth number are you on?
Hall 4.
4K 400.
Fantastic.
Yes. And if you're not, it's neat.no for the website.
Indeed.
Yeah, indeed.
But you
Yes.
prefer to say neat.yes. For sales.
It's neat.no.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for
both.
your
Thank
so much,
No, it's a
guys.
pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for making the time.